Those who know me, watched it happen, seeing my story live out. Many of those I'm no longer in contact with, though, but they still know me. After, no, not after, before I got this fellowship, I was partying in Club Zanzibar. Then after I got this fellowship, Club Zanzibar and that Paradise Garage grew me up, literally. VIP, not old enough to even be in them clubs. And being that at the age of 8, within the Kingdom Hall organization, due to the fact that there was a lot of pedophileness going on, one of the elders used to molest someone, a 12-year-old girl, who I gave my virginity to at the age of 8. And we were both Jehovah's Witnesses kids. So at the age of 8, losing my virginity made me a certain type of way towards the women. And nothing but girls used to babysit my badass older girls anyway, and I used to listen. I learned how to be quiet and listen. So women taught me how to get women, what women like, what to say to women, not men. Made me say them stupid lines that women think is so stupid. But when you listen to all women and you the only guy there, and you're a little boy, you take all that in, and you become the best at it. Y'all know how I used to be player. Just keep it 100. Y'all know me, y'all know me. No, I don't play. I ain't playing no more. Them days been over with. But it was what it was, is, whatever. You know what I mean? I lived a life. And we brought up Club Zanzibar for a reason, because that's going to come up throughout this. What being sexually active at the age of 8 did to me, and why I was the way I was, and how I grew up living my life as a rock star, literally. What that organization has done to me is irreversible. I'm one of a kind. I don't know nobody else like me. Neither do you. Born in the Marine Corps. Raised in the city that my parents are born from. Brick City, Newark, New Jersey. Born in the Marine Corps. Raised by a Marine as a Marine. The Marine's firstborn Marine. I was a Marine. I was a little Jehovah's Witness Marine. The oldest. So when I got older, as soon as I got this fellowship, I joined the Marines. Beirut, 1983, November. I moved out of my nice one-family house, my own bedroom, to go live in Little Bricks on Muhammad Ali Avenue, Big Cuz. Being that this is being videotaped, I will be very careful what I say. And I don't say names, because I ain't trying to indict nobody, not even myself. But if you're coming after anybody, come after me. Don't come after nobody else, unless they want to be came after because they identify themselves like I'm doing. But, yeah. Moved to Little Bricks, went in the Marine Corps, parasailing, completed all that. Everybody going to Beirut, except me. I wanted to go to Beirut so bad that I cried when they told me I couldn't go. That was my punishment, because I wanted to go. We're not going to say no more on that, and we're not going to get into detail. I just didn't go. See, Jehovah still blessed me, because I could tell you about my whole platoon that went. Chemical warfare. We're not going to talk about that, though, but Sadiq Najee didn't go. That's all you need to know. What the Jehovah's Witness organization did to me is irreversible. I'm one of a kind. When I was a youth, I can laugh if I want. I can believe what you want to believe. Just because you don't believe doesn't mean it's not real. And why do the Jehovah's Witness organization, yeah, they the truth, but they only teach half the truth. Ain't half the truth a lie? That's what I was always taught. It's not the whole truth, it's a lie. But anyway, when I was a youngster, my dad used to go to people in the Kingdom Hall house that had demonic problems. And him and some elders would go, and I would always be right there with him. And I would stay by his side. I don't care who did what, who. I wasn't leaving his side for nothing. I don't trust none of other people, nobody, nothing. I stayed right by my father's side no matter what he doing. I was never scared as long as I was right by his side. And I would never leave his side, so I wasn't scared when I was there doing what he was doing. But I was witnessing it, watching it, and all of that. When they would go expel the demons, just like the movie The Exorcist, yo, I done seen some of the craziest, I don't even know how to put in words, believable since I was young. And that's the real deal. But I never messed with the demons, you know what I mean? I might have had the demon in me growing up, but I didn't, deliberately, like, just mess with them, you know what I mean? Even when I got older, and as y'all who know me now know that I'm Senpai, Shinobi S19. I'm ninja, branded and marked as true ninja. Senpai, 3rd degree, black belt Sandan, in the art of Aiki Jiu-Jitsu. We're not gonna throw the lineage down right now, who, where, I'm under all that, that don't matter. I'm 3rd degree, black belt in ninjutsu. And I don't do ninjutsu, and I don't teach ninjutsu. I do Aiki Jiu-Jitsu, and I teach Aiki Jiu-Jitsu, Japanese close combat self-defense, because ninjutsu is the dark art. What you mean a dark art? They all soft arts. You know, we move softly and gracefully. We don't fight, we harmonize. But in ninjutsu, when they harmonize with you, they doing things that you're not aware of to give them supernatural powers that truly exist. The 9 cuts is what they call it. And when they use the 9 cuts, the demons get them strength and power to do unbelievable things that man can't do. Don't get it twisted. You mess with the demons, it's a serious price you gotta pay for messing with them. Ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free. You got to pay. And it ain't money. And if it ain't your life, it might be your mother's or your firstborn child or something crazy like that. Don't mess with the demons. You got paid too, though. They eat your whole, man, I don't even want to talk about it. Don't mess with the demons. Leave them alone. Jehovah is the Most High, the Alpha and the Omega. And to get to him, you must go through his son, Yahshua, the King of all kings. Other than that, try your best to follow the 10 Commandments. Ain't nobody perfect. Like the Jehovah's Witness organization try to make it appear that they so perfect. Man, when I went to the hall, I had dirt on every last single person that went to the hall. I used to be places that ain't had no business being after I got this fellowship and seeing all the everybody used to be at places like, don't say nothing, don't say nothing. Man, you hypocrite, I ain't gonna say nothing, get away. That's one thing everybody know, I don't never talk or rat nobody out. Never, I ain't never been a rat. That's why so many people open so many doors for me, because they know I don't talk. I don't say shit about shit. I don't talk. I don't call names, I don't say he did. And if I did, then a lot of people's lives would have came turmoil. So they know I didn't talk. So that's one thing that's known about him. You ain't got to like me, nothing about me, but you know he ain't gonna rat you out, he ain't gonna talk. That's when they say, nah, he gonna say, nah, he ain't gonna say nothing. He might say something, but he not gonna put your name to it when he say it. Because he don't have a problem talking to anybody face to face. You know what I mean? I'm saying what really is. I don't talk about you behind your back, not like that. I prefer to say it to your face. The body of the governing body. I'd love to sit down and have a talk with you, gentlemen, because y'all say a lot of things that the math don't add up to. And then when I catch you in corner, but how about this? Then y'all hide behind the scripture that you can't back up, and you come up with some type of excuse about an excuse. And the bottom line is, these Jehovah's Witnesses can't answer all the questions, and they point to y'all, the governing body, because y'all make the rules. Y'all control. How many millions or billions of people do y'all control? Not once did I ever say it was a cult, but y'all have cult-like ways. The Jehovah's Witness organization does have cult-like ways. And there's a lot of pedophileness going on within this religion that somebody definitely need to look into. See what it is. Why can an elder, minister, or servant, whoever, have sex with children, it be reported, and he's still a minister, or servant, an elder, whatever? Not only should he have went to jail, the police was never involved, but he's supposed to be disfellowshipped but disassociated. That don't happen either. The most they might do to him is relocate him to a different congregation. That's the organization covering up pedophileness. That's a sin of crime right there. So how y'all gonna be almighty and holy when y'all definitely been having pedophiles in the Kingdom Hall since I was a little kid back in the 70s. So don't even start fronting, because I will call out names now. I won't even call out names. I take that back. I go get the people that it happened to, because they ready to call out names. I go get a lot of these pedophiles, children. How you say, the children that was pedophiles. And you know what I'm trying to say. The kids that happened to, they growing up now. Some are older than me. They ready to talk. So I ain't gotta call out names. I put this camera right in front of their face and then upload them to this video to YouTube. That's what I do. I don't make threats. Sadiq, one who keeps his word, true friend, truth giver, and I give the truth. Y'all know me, Sadiq Najee survivor, and I survive. All I have is the truth left to give. Don't think y'all better than me, because I talk to Jehovah all day, every day, through Jesus Christ himself. I'm like Geico. I eliminate the middleman. I don't need you to talk to him for me. I talk to him myself. So you think you better than me? Because I don't have a whole bunch of hypocrites around me talking for me, and I can talk for myself. That make y'all better than me? Yeah, I'm disfellowship. Never ever tried to be reinstated. Have no desire to ever want to be reinstated. Why would I want to go back to that? I escaped it. Why go back? Are you crazy? You can get a group of elders and I'll convince you some things and make you open your eyes where you might want to walk away. Keeping it 100. I know inside and out. I done seen all kind of things, avenues, how that religion truly get down. I go way back. My parents still Jehovah's Witnesses. I still got family members, a lot of family members, cousins, not a lot of cousins. I mean, I got family that's, I have many cousins that don't talk to me to this day. Don't mess with me, don't know me because I'm disfellowship. You know what I mean? I got, blood family, people I knew all my whole life. Back in the day, I used to just like to read the Awake magazine, not the Watchtower. And I seen an elder that knew me my whole life. Know my dad real good. And one day I seen this cat and I said, "Excuse me, Brother Owens," punk ass motherfucker. I said, "Brother Owens, excuse me, can I get an Awake magazine?" You know, this cat literally ran from me across a busy street. He ran. And when he ran, Yeah, I'm a thug. I was back then, especially, if you look at how I look now, but I don't live that life. I might look like it, but I don't live that life. But yeah, I used to be about it back then. So, he ran, and I got mad, and I ran across the street behind him. I said, yo, man, all I want is a magazine. You knew me my whole life. You running from me? Ain't you supposed to give me a magazine? You're an elder. Ain't you supposed to at least let me get an weight magazine so I could read it? And the whole time I was saying this cat is like backpedaling. Like he won't turn his back to me and run. He backing up like far. Like I never got close enough to him and you stick my hand out to the dude. Like he never even let me. He ran. This was on a Saturday morning. So what I do on Sunday? Yeah. I got issues. Everybody already know that. I get dressed and go to the Kino Hall just to see my mother. I couldn't get next to my father. He always on the stage doing things. He be that man sit down, somebody come get him. He sit down, somebody come get him. So, but my mother, well, I had to tell her this story. He a coward, and y'all take this fellowship thing too far. I thought y'all supposed to trying to help people get on track. He an elder. He couldn't get me on the weight. All I wanted to do was read the weight. I like reading the weights. I still like reading the weights, but it's all good. Keep them. I don't read them no more. Keep them. Coward. Yeah. Oh, did I call out a name? My bad, Brother Owens. Coward. Anyway, yeah. So that's how that go. Oh, you say where he from? You say where he from? What congregation he go to? What city and state is he in? Yeah. I already said enough about him, but we not here to bash him. We here to bash no one at all. We here to state facts. And if it can't be documented or verified, then don't state it. Don't post it. And do not write to the email. I'm thisfellowship@gmail.com. This is the official email. I'm thisfellowship@gmail.com. Make sure your story is officially documented, verified, or somebody else some kind of way. Don't just tell a story, just shame them because you got hate on them. Because there's a lot of vicious stories that's truthfully out here. So you ain't got to lie about nothing. So don't lie on an organization just because you don't like them. But if you got a straight story, I want to know about it. I've been quiet for a long time. This almost 2023 almost. I'm talking about from the early 70s. Yeah, man, we gonna let things be known as things are. You heard? Cause ain't not like a hypocrite. Somebody judging somebody and they doing what you do, but they hide it. I don't live a double life. I am me. I am true to me. That's why I couldn't never be anyway, because you know what I mean? I knock on the doors and everybody see me first and I'm like they're gonna look and they be like chill because they see I'm with somebody, probably my father. You know what I mean? He don't know. This dude a gangster. He knocked on my door. Tomorrow I gotta hear about that when I go somewhere to school or whatever. Yo, you know who knocked on my door? This cat knocked on my door. Oh, you do that? You know what I mean? Or most people already know. I've been bad my whole life. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie about it. Like I'm saying, I've been bad my whole life. Straight bad. I was a bad little kid. I grew up. I just told you I grew up. Born in the Marine Corps, raised by a Marine, as a Jehovah's Witness Marine. Don't put your hands on nobody. My dad learned Okinawa karate in Japan when he was in the Marines. But he wouldn't train us because he was a Jehovah's Witness, but he would teach us, but he wouldn't train us. It's a big difference. He would teach us karate, but he wouldn't train us. So he's been teaching me karate since, I don't even know how far back. My whole life, he's been teaching me karate until I left and learned more superior martial arts. That's why I learned jujitsu, aikido jujitsu, daitudu, aikido jujitsu. um, ninja kogaru, ninjutsu, and all of that. And you could Google me, Sensei Sadiq Naji. I'm legit. I'm verifiable, all that. I'm a third-degree black belt, and I do what I do. You heard? Yeah, I'm getting older. I'm getting older. I still know what I know. My body just don't move like it used to move, but it still move though, baby. So, but behind all of this, you learn a lot. And the fact that I was a Jehovah's Witness and I did so many things with my father behind the scenes, including, they don't call it exorcism, they call it, I forget what they call it, but when it be demons there and they go remove them. Crazy stuff. Sometimes the demons don't want to be removed and they be fighting to remove. Oh my God. And we ain't gonna talk about that. But ninjas or all that, it's all the same. And you learn truly what is and how, who, how, what. And what you see, you can never unsee. What you know, you can never unknow. You hear what I'm saying? So I'm different. Um, Not many are like me. I personally don't know anyone else who was raised like I am. Jehovah's Witness organization protects you if you stay in their little shell. Meaning, in there, you know how they had you clicked in, like, stay in their circle. And they raise you the way so that if you step out of their circle, you're lost, you'll be dominated and eaten by the wolf. Trust me. The wolf's waiting for you. He watching you. You protect it. But the minute your mind start wanting to know more than they teach you, you're going to have a problem when you start researching the research that you research. Yeah, I said it. Research the research that you research. Mm-hmm. You know the man that started the Jehovah's Witness organization got kicked out of the Jehovah's Witness organization? Yeah, if that ain't funny, yeah, I laugh. Yeah, that's funny. I'm sitting outside, y'all, in case y'all don't know. It's a little nippy out here. But this is a network dedicated to being disfellowshipped, being disassociated, living the life of an ex-Jehovah's Witness, especially when you was raised as a child in it and you're no longer in it as an adult. Those adults are different than normal adults for lots of reasons. They seen and experienced something that most people didn't. Most of the world classifies them as in a cult that got away. So if that's how the world sees you, you escaped the cult. Even though you don't call yourself a cult, you're officially not a cult, and I never said you were a cult, the religion, Jehovah's Witness organization, but that's how most of the world sees you, as a cult. So they see us as escaping a cult. So that just tells you how none of us are different. All of us are different than other adults, those who was raised as a Jehovah's Witness child and no longer are in it. We live different lives. We have different perspectives and different outlooks and different outviews and different knowledge of things that most people don't. It's something to know. Everybody say, I wish I knew. No, you don't. You just think you want to know. Knowing is not always a pleasant thing to know. You wish you never knew. Just imagine if all of us knew the time to the very second of the date that Jesus was coming back. You think it's healthy for you to know? You think you want to know. You don't really want to know. You just think you want to know. Oh, but I gotta do it now. Why wait? It's the now that counts. The now. The breath that I'm taking now is what counts. Not the breath I just took 5 minutes ago when I started this video or whatever. Not the breath I hopefully pray to God that I'm going to take a few minutes from now. But the breath I'm taking now, that's all that counts. The choices you make now. will affect your future if you're blessed with a future. Jehovah gives us all a gift each and every day. He gives you the breath of life. And he gives you the option to make choices, because he won't make choices for you. He gives you the option to make choices, and he gives you the breath of life. That's your gift every day. It's up to you what you do with it. And before you judge anyone, do you know what Jesus really looked like? Think about it. A black man. They ain't had combs back then. He had nappy, like, you know, what kind of hair he had? Let's put it like this. Who was all the 12 disciples, pretty much? What kind of people were they in society? I didn't say they was thugs or rogues. I just said what kind of people were they in society? Jesus' 12 disciples. Like, what type of men were they before Jesus knew them? You know, like, the person that died next to him. What kind of person was he? You see who Jesus hung out with? And everybody who y'all worship and look up to in the Bible had a beard. But I wear a beard. I look worldly. Because what corporate society told you, that it's not cool to wear a beard. That's what corporate America told you. So that's what you tell an organization. Jesus, Moses, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Adam, everybody had a beard. I get it. Not Jehovah's Witnesses. I get it. Differentness, stand out. But who are you following with that differentness, stand out? Who set those guidelines? Who set that, bar that, or whatever you call it? We don't wear beards. It looks this, does that. Well, all of your people that you look up to and the rules and regulations and everything you follow all have beards. You try not to look like the ones. I understand you don't want to look like those in the Bible. You want to look like those of, but American culture tells you to look like. Don't be followers. Before you try and argue with me, do your research. I'm not the one you're just going to tell something to and show me a scripture and it's going to be okay. I'm not him. I just told you what kind of dad I had. I had to know all 66 books of the Bible in order to get my allowance. Me and my brother. We had to spit them out. Genesis, Revelation, boom. And all in between, that's how we had to do to get allowance back in the day. He thought that was so cool. We had to do it in front of everybody. Oh, they know all of the books. You don't have no idea how I was raised and what I know and what I don't know. Don't judge a book by its cover. Do not look at me and judge me. For when you judge someone, you automatically defeated yourself. And that's enough of this episode of living the life looking through the eyes of a disfellowship person. We will be back soon with another part. And guests will be joining us soon also. The life of being disfellowship. Us. Peace. Blessings. And whatever else y'all want. It's been real. I'm gonna holler at y'all real soon. And we're gonna stay on this pedophileness. We're not gonna never get off of that. We're gonna always stay on that. Like I said, guests will be joining us soon. Or should I say victims? Yeah, let's rephrase that. Victims of the pedophileness that exists within the Jehovah's Witness organization will be joining us soon. I was told that they weed out their own, but they don't. Because they still there in the organization to this day in the 2022 time date. They still there. So, whatever. Tell it to somebody who don't know. I know how the whole business works. The whole business. And yes, if you think the Jehovah's Witness organization is not a business, you're sadly mistaken. It is a business. And businesses must be run like businesses, no matter who owns them or runs them. So it's a business first that commands and runs millions and billions of people's lives. Think about that. Until I holler at y'all next time. Peace. It's the King, 19 AJI.